Ever stared at your WEBTOON storyboard and thought, wow, this layout sucks? That was me last week. I thought I had the perfect plan until I saw it all together. But instead of scrapping the whole thing, I figured out how to fix it. And here's what went wrong and how I made it better. Let's talk about the biggest problem first, the flow. Also, I'm creating a WEBTOON scroll format, so it's different than the usual comic panels. The pacing felt off, the emotional beats didn't land, and the eye just didn't know where to go. So here are some of the 3 big mistakes. Number 1, I crammed too much in one panel. Number 2, I didn't consider how a reader scrolls or flips through. Number 3, my composition was just boring. So I won't lie, it was very frustrating. I kept comparing my work to artists that I admire and thought, hey, why can't I get this right? But then this spiral almost made me scrap the whole thing until I realized, hey, it's okay to hate your layout. It just means that your eye is improving and your style is improving. So it's totally fine. Well, you might be wondering, how did I tackle this mess? So here's what I did to try to make my layout better. I reblocked the scene with sticky notes to rearrange the panels. I used very, very tiny thumbnails to test the pacing. So I usually use these 2 things, usually the tiny thumbnails to test the pacing more than I do with the sticky notes. But I'll show you both ways. And then I also asked myself, what did I want the reader to feel in the moment? And where do I want their eyes to go? So if you are going to be doing a WEBTOON, usually it's from the top to the bottom. So when you scroll, you have to think about where you're placing the panels so that it would make sense to the viewer and that they're not all on one side of the page or all on the other side and that they're not all the same size. So the main thing to focus on is the clarity and the emotion. So you don't want it to be perfect because then you'll be spending hours on one comic page and you're never going to finish your WEBTOON. So if you're struggling with layouts, here are some quick tips. Number 1, use diagonal lines for tension so they guide the eye naturally. Number 2, big panels mean big emotions. Number 3, don't be afraid of white space. Sometimes you do need some transitions in between the panels. Number 4, try squinting. If it's unreadable from a faraway distance, it's probably unreadable from a close distance. Number 5, don't be precious. Change things until it works. You're not alone. Even the best artists redraw and redraw and redraw their pages every single day. Maybe like storyboard artists, they obviously redraw until they get it right and they get paid. So for you, you're going to have to redraw it a couple of times just because nobody's paying you, but you still want to improve your skills. What matters is that you are trying and that you are doing what feels right to you. And hey, your future self is not going to be judging you when you look back. They're going to be like, wow, my past self did a great job. Oh yeah, and if you made it this far into the video, quick tip. You could always flip your canvas horizontally. That can tell you all of your mistakes. If you are working digitally, you're welcome. Pastries for the soul, manga for the heart. See you soon.